Thank you for the suggestion. I'll record this so that we can share with everyone. So we're going to be talking about Gitcoin, which is a platform that has set up a funding pool. And actually, they have a funding pool that's worth a couple of $1 million. I forget its exact amount. And this is actually grant round 15. So if you go on Twitter, you'll see people doing hashtag GR15. They're meaning grant round 15. So there are 14 previous times they've done this. And the way it works is organizations and individuals have pooled money around different themes. So it's like, here's money to do open source software for blockchain. That's actually one of the funding pools. But there are a bunch of these funding pools, and one of them is called Climate Solutions. And there are $350,000 worth of cryptocurrency in that funding pool right now. And anyone who submitted a grant to their platform before the opening of this 2-week grant round is able to participate in receiving part of that $350,000. And what's interesting is why this sounds like a competition game, it's actually a cooperation game. And that's what's interesting, is we're going to practice a very special kind of cooperation. The way the cooperation works is this. There's this thing called quadratic funding. Don't worry about it, it's just a mathematical term. Basically what it means is they have a way of measuring how to allocate part of that $350,000 to each project based on the number of people who support the project. So it's basically an attempt at democratic funding, where they have a way of saying the popularity contest is the more supporters you get for your project, the more of that $350,000 you get that is matched to whatever each individual person gives. So in simple terms, if you had one person give $10, you would get a match. But if you had 10 people give $1, you would get a much, much larger match because of the way that the mathematics works. Now, this does two things that's really interesting. One is we get to play the game of trying to grow the size of our match as much as we can by having people contribute to our grant. And then, this is the really cool part, is we can actually imagine like a spider web or a thread. We can pull the entire net toward a cluster of projects and collectively increase the matching funds for all of those projects. And so one of the things that came up for us yesterday was we were at, I think at the time, like 14 contributors to our campaign. As of right now, we have 19 contributors, about $1,100 that are donated to the Bar-HR Regeneration Fund. And we have about $1,100 in matching funds. So we're at $2,200 on day 3. Now, one part of that is they had one person give $1,000 to join the Bar-HR pledge community, and they just did it through Gitcoin. But when that person donated $1,000, our matching fund went up by $1. But then the next person who contributed $1, our matching fund went up by $250. So it just shows that more small contributions is actually more powerful than a small number of large contributions. But they do interact in interesting ways. Now, what we realized we wanted to do yesterday was we wanted to practice using crypto to show people how we can do things that you can't normally do. And one thing we can do here is we can use trust and affinity by saying there are projects that are actually in a deep way resonant or collaborative with ours. And if we support our own projects, then we will increase the strength of projects like ours. But then if we also support other people's projects that are like ours, or if we support people that we want to collaborate with, that we actually increase the amount of money going to them, and then they'll have an easier time collaborating with us in the future. Now, all of this is connected to our Refi Bar-HR event in a lot of interesting ways, including that several of the projects that we are going to be asking you to fund are people that are either coming to Refi Bar-HR, or we're already collaborating, or we're moving toward collaborating in some way. And this means that we can out-collaborate the competition by having the other projects that are trying to get money from this pool, that we will actually get more money into our little corner of the ecosystem by supporting our projects and growth. So Doreen's here, she has a project. So like I just said, I already gave some money to Doreen's project. And the way that we did this yesterday was Antonio and I created a list of 11 projects for people that we are collaborating with or that we want to collaborate with. And our general way of thinking about this is that these are projects that we know about. We know that people are doing good work. We want them to be supported. And in some vague way, like we squint our eyes, they are trying to do bioregional scale work like us, but in their own way. And so we're starting to play around with this way of thinking. How could we create these landscape funds for large scale integrated work like we're trying to do in Barichara? How could we help other bioregions to do this? And so we curated a list of 11 projects in addition to our own. And then there was another piece. Because a member of our Barichara Ecoversity Pledge community gave us $1,000 worth of Ethereum, which is about 0.6 ETH, because Ethereum's worth about $1,700 for an Ethereum token at the moment. That means that I have like $1,000 worth of Ethereum that is in my wallet that I already received through Gitcoin, and that I can give to my friends. And so the idea today is this. I'm going to help each of you to set up a MetaMask wallet. If you already have one, then you can help someone else in the group to set up theirs. And we can do breakout rooms if that's helpful. And then what I'm going to do is send each of you some Ethereum from the money that was gifted to me. So you can think of it this way, that money normally has some movement and then it stops, right? Like you work a job, money comes into your bank account, you take money out of your account, you buy something, and then that money goes to the store or to the business that you bought from, and money moves. Well, what's interesting is with cryptocurrency, we can design the velocity of money and how it moves by creating architectures of cooperation, which we can't normally do because the marketplace of normal fiat currency has so many institutional structures. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take money that was given to our project, give it to you to give back to our project, which means, we'll pay some gas fees and we'll lose some money, but then regain it. But we'll actually get more in matching funds than was given to us. And we're going to give you enough money to give some money to the other projects that we're curating. So we're going to basically say, in exchange for learning about how to do this with us, you are going to get to give to our campaign and increase our match, give to other projects we would like to see supported, and then have a little surplus Ethereum in your MetaMask wallet that you could give to other projects in that list, or do whatever the hell you want with it. And so the idea is I want to give each of you $25 worth of Ethereum and ask you to give $2 worth of support to at least 2 projects, to our project and to one other. And then after that, you can spend the rest on other projects, or you can just wait to learn more, or whatever you feel like. And what I see us doing here that's really powerful is we're going to build up a community of people that can play the game this way. And those who have already been in funding rounds before have already done some of this, and we're going to get to learn from them. And then as we learn to do this, we can practice bringing other projects into Gitcoin. So imagine, for those of you who know the regenerative project incubator within Earth Regenerators, there may be a really great project that does not know how to set up a Gitcoin grant. We are going to have a community that knows how to set up a Gitcoin grant, help them to set up their Gitcoin grant, and then send people to fund them and get matching funds, while also supporting other people who are aligned with these projects. And what I think is super important here is to notice that the way we relate to each other is more important than the technology, but the technology lets us do this. And I just want to stress, I am not cheating by doing this. Gitcoin will not be upset at me for doing this. Because what Gitcoin wants is real human beings to decide which projects they want to fund. And one of their big problems, which Antonio and I were talking about yesterday, is called Sybil's resistance, which is that someone can create a fake profile. Like I could create 10 digital wallets, use 10 digital wallets to fund my own project and cheat the matching fund. And so Gitcoin tries to prove you're a human and has some security standards for that so that we can't game the system with robots. But on the other side, they actually want us to game the system with humans. That's the whole point. And I just want to stress one piece of this, that the $350,000 funding pool came from 2 places. As you contribute to grants, you have the option of increasing on top of your donation to the grant to put money into the next grant funding pool. So you could give like $2 to my project and $2 to the funding pool. That's part of how these funding pools work. But also there are organizational partners. So I know from this Climate Solutions funding pool, I don't remember all of them, but I know that Regen Foundation and Regen Network are two of the organizations that have put money into the funding pool, because they would rather see this community learn how to collaborate than give the money directly themselves. So I just want to stress that there is infrastructure behind this, and there are organizations learning how to do philanthropy in this way, or really public goods investments. They want to build commons that we can all use, and Gitcoin is now a commons we can all use. So that's basically the activity we're going to do today. Are there any questions before we get started? Or does this all pretty much make sense?
So far, so good.
Cool.
Yeah, no questions. I just think it's great. The learning thing is a really big benefit here. I think that's the real, way to go. Great idea. Great whoever came up with this little lesson here. That is great.
Gringo Mike milkshake inspired lunch yesterday.
Lovely things come out of Gringo Mike's.
And there's another thing is if this works well today, then we'd like to repeat this, because we have until September 22nd to play this game. So we want to invite all of Earth Regenerators, do this again, and actually build like a legion of people that can engage in Gitcoin in the future. Because this is the one other thing is every time, or if you create a grant in Gitcoin, they have to review it before they approve it. So it actually needs to be shown that it's consistent with what they're giving the money to. And that happens before the funding round starts. But once you have a grant on their system, in the next funding round, you can do it again. So in 6 months, when they do the next funding round, all of us here will already be equipped to do this again. And so we can actually snowball this over time. And while Antoni and I are brainstorming things like how to create our own Ethereum validator and our own regen token validator, and how to create DAOs and other more complicated, confusing things that will eventually be able to do what we're doing with Gitcoin today in a much more commons-oriented way, where we can actually govern the flow of an ecosystem of money and direct it toward bioregional projects all over the world. We're moving in that direction. And what we're going to do today is like a tiny little training wheels kind of activity where you need to get on your bicycle with the training wheels. We're going to just do a couple of laps in the crypto world, setting up a Metamask wallet, and then setting up a GitHub account, and then going through the process of the shopping cart on Gitcoin. And there are a couple of steps that are a little confusing. So we just want to be sure everyone can arrive at the place that we can support these projects. So first question is, who already has a MetaMask wallet? Or a wallet that they can use on the platform? So, okay, so there are like 4 of us. Well, I guess 5, because I can't see Antonio or Day, but I think Day has one. And Lisa, I don't know if you have one or not. Okay. So a MetaMask wallet's really simple. The first thing I want to stress is that I want you to think of digital wallets like an online banking app. Like if you have a bank account with Bank of America or Chase Bank, and you download their mobile app onto your phone, you have to go through some security checks to be sure you're you, right? So I want you to think of a digital wallet as just a banking app. It actually does more, but for simplicity's sake, we're going to basically use it as like, it's a place where you have a bank account, you have money in your wallet, and then you can move it to someone else's wallet. That's why they call it a wallet, but it works like a banking app. But there's one really key thing that's different from a banking app, which is that because your wallet connects to a location in a digital ledger called a blockchain, or a holochain if it's on the holochain system, or most of these are on blockchain, but whatever. It's basically there's a digital accounting book that it is connected to, that if anyone could access the location of that digital ledger, they could steal all of your money. And so the power of blockchain is the way that it talks to other things within the digital ecosystem. And so your cybersecurity is super important. And the thing that people have figured out how to do to make it really secure is you get 14 keywords, or 12, it depends on the digital wallet. And you need to physically write these down. Because if someone steals these 12 words, it's like they can take the keys to your car and drive away with it. And so this is the one thing that's different from other mobile apps is when you get to the point where you have to, it's going to give you a list of 12 words in a particular sequence. And while you could put them into a Microsoft Word document on your computer, if someone hacks your computer and takes those, they can steal all the money from your wallet. And if anyone ever asks for your keywords to your digital wallet, they are guaranteed to be a scam artist, because everyone in the crypto world knows that this is your last line of defense to protect your wallet. So no one would ask you for it unless they're trying to scam you. So all that means is when we walk through the steps of setting up a MetaMask wallet, it's actually really simple. But while most of us just sort of jump through the hoops of, yes, I accept the terms and conditions and I didn't read them, and okay, I'll create a simple password, that actually we just want to take care to do this part right, because this is the one part that's different. And it's the one part that most of us don't understand why it's different. So I just wanted to stress that before we get started. And so the idea here is we're going to do three things. We're going to walk, or really sort of four things. We're going to set up a MetaMask wallet. Then we're going to set up a GitHub account. These things are actually pretty simple to do. And then you're going to open Gitcoin. And because you have MetaMask as a browser extension on your web browser, your wallet and Gitcoin can talk to each other when you give them permission. And this is actually part of the power of crypto, or part of the power of what's called Web3, the larger world, is that you can have an ecosystem of web applications that all talk to each other, but they're all within an encrypted space. And they're all controlled by the permissions you give. And this is why you have to create a GitHub account to use Gitcoin. But then once you go into Gitcoin, you can't actually do anything until you connect your wallet. And that is done through browser extensions. So that means we're going to set up MetaMask on our computers. And then we're going to open a GitHub account on our computers, open our web browser, and connect the MetaMask app to the Gitcoin app by giving permission. And then later, when you have MetaMask on your phone, and you download it and type in all the keywords and everything to access your account, it will track money as you receive it and as you give it. And so just so that you know that all of those apps talk to each other by you giving them permission. So everything pretty clear so far, what we're going to do? And what I found is the steps that are confusing are mostly on Gitcoin, because Gitcoin has some clunky interface. And as we're doing this exercise, I want you to think about the pain points as a silver lining. Think of it this way. Gitcoin is clunky because it's created by a network of developers. And because you don't have centralized development, a lot of good design choices can't be made because 100 people help make it. And so as we think about where this is clunky, instead of being frustrated going, damn it, Gitcoin, why are you such a pain in the ass? Think of this instead. If we are able to build our own ecosystem of funding pools with our own set of designers, some of whom you will be funding in this pool of supportive projects, people who are building some of these systems with us, that we can actually design user interfaces that are easier to use and do all of this together without all the clunkiness of Gitcoin. So if you think of in 10 years, Gitcoin may become a dinosaur and we've created something way better. And so I want you to notice those touch points that don't work. And how can we do this better in the future? Not we here, but the people we're supporting who are developers of this technology. Antonio, what do you want to throw into the mix?
Yeah, when I hear the words liquidity and pools and how we relate that to our money systems, this is a direct reflection of what we're trying to do with landscapes, rehydrating landscapes, building pools to retain water. So because our traditional financial system has basically been sucking all the water out, this is another interesting thing for crypto is that it's decentralized. So instead of having one big Hoover Dam that is, screwing up the water flow, we're actually creating decentralized liquidity pools of water. So I just wanted to throw that that analogy very explicitly out there. So, and then also too, the word that is used with blockchains is called composability. So for Ethereum, which is a monolith, it's one big blockchain. any transaction that happens on that blockchain is in a database. So anybody can build an application on top of that. So anybody who donates to Barichar Regeneration Fund, we have a record of that transaction. So in the future, if we wanted to create a Barichara token, we could retroactively airdrop a Barichara token to that wallet that made the donation. So that's just one of the cool things that we can do with this technology that we couldn't do before.
Thank you for that, Antonio. So what he means by airdrop is that we now have a record of all of the addresses for everyone's wallets. Now, instead of that being scary, it's the other way around. It's like everyone having your bank account numbers, they can give you money. You know, they don't control the dashboard of your bank account, but they can give things to you. And so this is the beauty of this technology, is there's a lot of agility behind it that we don't actually know what it is, partly because it's being created. So I'd say when we don't know what it is, it's partly that some of it is just invisible to you as a new person in the ecosystem. And some of it is people are always creating new ways to do it. So there will be new powerful things we can do in the future. So yeah, thanks for that addition, Antonio. So with that said, what I want to do is just quickly share my screen and start walking you through a process to create a MetaMask wallet. And because I already have a MetaMask wallet, I'm going to need to be careful that
You might have somebody else share first.
yeah, well, I'm going to start by just doing it here and let it.
Okay.
And so, and I'm going to, what was that, Dan?
I'm sorry to interrupt. Don't you want to tell us where to go to get the browser extension? Don't we need that first?
Yeah, I'm starting that process right now.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So I didn't even see the messages that are coming. Oh, here we go. So if you go to this link right here, metamask.io, you'll be able to start the process of setting up your wallet. And what I'm going to do is share my screen and start walking you through the process. So can everyone see my screen? Coming through okay? So you see MetaMask here, and there's a button that says download. So you're going to, oh, it says, oh, this browser isn't supported today. Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
So maybe we should actually use someone else's browser and someone else should share their screen, since I can't do it on Safari.
Somebody new.
So somebody who, is there anyone who would like to volunteer to share your screen to be the guinea pig to set up a wallet? Pamela? All right, so Pamela, I'll grant you rights too.
I think she should be able to. Anyway.
Or if you already have the rights. Yeah. Let's see here, the co-host.
Well, actually, maybe it should be somebody who's a little bit more comfortable with this stuff, and they may be able to move around a bit more agilely.
Stephen, are you comfortable being the guinea pig for this? Have you set up?
I already have MetaMask extension installed. So
Oh, okay.
otherwise I would.
All right, so you're already ahead of us then.
You know, I don't think I do. I had trouble with it back a while back, and I think I took it off. So I just went now into that MetaMask. I mean, I don't want to cut in front of anybody. If somebody else wants to take this role, that's fine.
No, cool. Then Dan, I'll make you a co-host so that you can share your screen. And then go ahead and just share your screen when you're ready.
Sure. I'm looking for a prompt here. I don't know how to do it. Let's see.
Yeah, if you just go into the chat, you'll yeah, no, you see in the bottom of our main box, there's mute, stop video, security, participants, chat, share screen. Click on share screen.
Okay, let me get back there. Okay, security first.
Back in Zoom, yeah.
Stop, stop video. I guess videos, oh no, that's you, right? Mute, stop video, security, participants.
Yeah, there'll be
The bottom of your main screen, Dan, where you open the chat window when you raise your hand.
Yeah, I know. I mute, stop video, security, participants, chat. Oh, share screen.
There it is.
Okay, well, it would have bit me. Okay, so let me go to the one here. I think that's what I want to share. Does that look right? You guys see that? MetaMask?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so this is the same screen I saw in yours just a minute ago.
That's right. And so you see how it's giving up to download. Yeah, and here it even says download for Google Chrome. If Google Chrome's what you're using.
Bottom left.
Yeah, you want to use it in, use it in the browser that you like to use. So yeah, go ahead and click through.
Right. All right. So I am running Chrome, and I just, for the other users on here, just real quick, notice that there's a download button at the top right. I'm ignoring that. I'm going to the bottom one on the bottom left. I'm using Chrome, so I'm clicking download for Chrome. Chrome Web Store, MetaMask.
Yeah, and it says add to Chrome. Yep, there you go.
Add to Chrome. Okay, read and change all your data. Okay. So you
Add
want to notice
extension.
that? That looks good to me. Add extension. It's not taking my social security number, so I don't care.
And there's something that could happen here for a lot of people is that your browser might block the window. That there's like a pop-up window that'll come up. And so just look for that message. It might be a message that says you have to approve the,
Yeah, or it might be in your ad blocker if you have one.
Okay, it tells me no, mine went. I
Yeah.
saw that. It gave me the okay.
So
So
is
now I've got to
everyone,
get started. Go ahead.
is anyone having problems getting to this stage, or is it all working for you so far?
I know it's
You
good.
want me to hold off for you guys? Wait up for you to catch up?
Let's
Yeah, I would say wait until everyone is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe everyone give, do the hands up so we can see it, that we know that you are, or a thumbs up. Yeah, well, just either one. Yeah, the thumbs up or the hands up so we can just see you when you're ready.
Thumbs up will disappear after about 10 seconds. So just
Yeah,
make sure
so
everyone's,
looks like we're good. I see Dorina has already got one. Paula's are there. Okay, so it looks like we're there.
Okay.
Cool. And then get started.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah. And one thing that's going to be a little problematic here is by Dan sharing his screen, we will see his 12 words.
Yeah.
So that's something we want to be mindful of when we get to that point.
You're all sworn to secrecy.
Video.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everybody,
You can just
everybody caught up?
stop the screen share. When you get to that point, just stop the screen share, and then you can just write down your seed phrase.
Right.
And then the next step will ask you to re-enter it into the wallet. And then once you've done that, then you can come back online and share the screen.
Okie dokie. Is that Paglino talking?
Yeah, that was Dan. That was Antonio talking. All right.
Antonio,
So,
yeah.
so go ahead and agree.
Okay.
And then
All right.
no, it's yes, let's set this up. Is that if you don't have a wallet, you need to create a wallet.
Everyone, please notice I'm clicking the button on the right.
And now you're going to
Okay.
create your own password.
Okay.
And so this is all, everyone can notice this is just like any other app that you would use, or like creating an account for Facebook. So you're going to add a password, say you've agreed to the terms of use.
Agreeing to the terms of use, whatever they are. Everybody read that real fast. Okay, quickly, try to keep up. Yeah, this is long. I'm only scrolling to see if there's an agree button at the bottom, but I guess not.
No, there isn't.
So typical. All right.
So go back, just go back to the other window. It popped open a new window.
Mm,
Go to the window that's the tab that's to the left of the one you're on now.
not over here.
Yeah.
Oh boy, where's my window? I shouldn't have scrolled. I thought there might have been an agree button at the bottom.
Yeah, the agreement's on the other page. This is a new tab that opened
Okay,
up.
I don't
You can
know
just
where
close
it
this,
is.
close this tab. Just close this tab, and the other tab will come back.
Other tab. What's that?
Yeah, at the top of your web browser, close the.
Oh,
Just
there it
close.
is. Okay,
close
it's
this
hidden behind the IC.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, and then just close this tab.
there we go. MetaMask. The password I've read and
Yep.
agreed. I get the terms of use.
Well, you have to click the
Oh,
square.
there's the box. Okay, I couldn't see it. My lamp behind me. Okay, create. What was
And
my
then
password?
Has everyone gotten through the password setup? Are there any? If there are any questions, raise your hand.
Yeah, I hope we haven't gone too fast here. I want to make sure everybody's has not fallen behind. So
I got to reset my wallet because I've didn't save the password. So it'll take me a moment I have my passphrase. I just don't have my password.
Okay, is it okay for us to move forward, or do you want us to wait for you?
Go ahead. If I get too far lost, I'll scream.
okay, so do I want to play this video?
I don't think we need to play the video because it's just
All right.
explaining how to secure the wallet, and we're going to walk through the steps anyway. So you
Okay.
see that you're about to get a 12-word phrase that is the master key to your wallet, and this is what you're going to store.
Okay.
It says store in a bank vault, store in a safe deposit box, write down and store in multiple secret places. They're saying this because these are going to be the 12 words that that if someone else has these 12 words, they can, quote, recover your wallet, meaning they can steal it.
And also, if you lose it, you can never get back in.
Yeah, and if you lose it,
So-
you'll never get back into your wallet. So
Oh,
Dan, just
boy.
scroll down a little so I can see what that blue button says, because I can't see it on my screen.
Well, I'm trying to do that and it's not reacting. Oh, I know why. Because I moved the whole thing down.
Ah, yeah,
Okay,
So-
next. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm clicking next.
yeah. And then, okay, now this is where, Dan, you're gonna want to stop sharing your screen
Okay,
so that we don't see your secret words.
all right.
And you'll click that gray box once you're done sharing your screen.
Yeah.
I'm
So
having trouble
Dan-
navigating. Give me a second here. It's
yeah,
not
it's a little
reacting to
funky
my,
in Zoom.
why won't give me my Zoom?
So for each of you who's at this screen, click on the box to reveal your secret words and write them down in the order they're written. And the order really matters. The order is actually a big part of the security of this.
Why can't I go there?
I can stop your sharing for you, Dan, if you want me to do that for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't navigate over there for some reason.
No worries.
It won't react when I'm, okay.
No worries, I
Thank you.
did it for you. So now you are safe, Dan, that you can take down those 12 words and nobody will
Yeah.
see them. Is
Okay,
everyone
I'm sorry,
getting,
yes. Go ahead.
is everyone getting their words? Are you seeing your words, Pamela?
Oh, these are the words they're giving us.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
these are randomly selected. I see. Okay.
That's
I
right.
thought-
You want to write those down in that order?
yeah, write them down in the order they're written. This is the most important part. And this is the part that's different from other kinds of mobile apps. Is these 12 keywords are like the master key to your wallet. So if you give them to someone, they can steal your wallet, which is why you want to be really secretive about them.
And this is called public private key cryptography. So what happens is every time a new wallet is created, there is basically a random event on a graph where the public address, the wallet address that you get, which is public to everybody, is plotted on the y-axis, and your private key is on the x-axis. So anytime you create a new wallet, it's a random event, or at least trying to be as random as possible. So this is just the reason why every private key can recover, because you can go on a different wallet, use the same 12 words, and use a different wallet application, because the system is able to pair that private key with the public wallet address. So I just wanted to throw that for some more background information.
Yeah.
Actually, Antonio, so I could use any wallet with the same phrase and get access to the same coins.
That's correct.
So if I get my whatever wallet, what was the wallet? Kepler. If I put this phrase in the Kepler wallet, I'll get access to the same money.
Only
Because that is a different blockchain, it won't work. But if you were to say, use like a Coinbase wallet or use like a ledger, you could import the seed phrase, and then that would boot up your wallet. But because Kepler is a different blockchain ecosystem, it's not going to recognize that.
Got it. That's all I need. That's one spoonful I need to digest, and then
yeah,
Thanks.
and for those of you who have seen all 3 of the Matrix movies, if you remember, there's a guy called the Keymaker, and he actually can create back doors through the Matrix, and it's all these like metaphors. It's all software jargon that they're using in that movie. A backdoor means you access the source code, and by accessing the source code, you can reprogram the system. And so they metaphorically convey that in the Matrix movies by having a guy with a big key ring with like 1,000 keys on it, and he can move through all these secret pathways by moving around in the source code of the system. What Antonio is describing right now is that there are these giant databases, but the way that they're encrypted is if you don't know the right location in the database, you can't do things in that place. It's like if you have a forklift and you're trying to go to a particular place to deliver a package, or a mailbox, if you want to think of it that way. If you don't know the address of the mailbox, you can't deliver the package. But if you do know the mailbox, it turns out you can do more than deliver the package. You can steal packages when you have the private key. And that's why these 12 words are so important. So has everyone got their 12 words written down and ready to move forward?
Pamela, are you? Okay.
Have that screen.
Now it says you're all done. That means you have your wallet.
Won't he have to input his 12 words once again? So does he want to wait
You
on
click
sharing his
them.
screen?
Might have already done it.
Did you already do that, Dan? Dan, did you already enter your 12 keywords to verify?
I did, and yeah, I did, but I don't know if we get an answer to that question. I think they'll show up in boxes below. You put them in the right order to
Yeah.
put them in. You don't have to type the words in, actually type them in.
You just click them.
Okay, so for everyone, there's a step that you need to take that we didn't want Dan to show because we didn't want you to see his sequence of words, which is after you've written the 12 words down, there'll be a button you can click to continue. And then they will ask you to enter the words in the sequence you wrote them down to verify. And so you need to take that step. So is everyone doing that step right now? Or maybe put your hand up when you're done with that step so that I see all of your hands up.
Jonathan's still doing it. Oh, super.
Awesome. And so it looks like, I think we're ready, right? Because Benji's already got one, Paula's already got one. So it looks, okay, so now lower your hand and just speak out loud if you haven't continued. Is there anyone that's still doing the process? Because if not, then we can do this next step, which is, Dan's gonna say all done.
Go ahead, click all done.
Yeah, go ahead and click all done.
Okay.
And now look, here in your wallet, and notice that at the top of Dan's wallet, it says account 1, and then there's this OXC6E. This is called the public key. So this thing you can share with all of your friends. You can put it on Twitter, because what that is the address for people to give you money. So this is part of the confusion is you have something that's hidden, right? You're like, oh, I've got to hide my 12 words, but can I share this? And the answer is yes, because if you don't share this, people can't give you anything. And so what I want to ask you to do is I want you to copy that to the clipboard, and then in Telegram, send that copied sequence of letters to my Telegram account. If you send me a private message on Telegram, giving me that address, I will be able to go into my Metamask wallet and copy your address and then send you some money, which is the step we're going to do now.
That depends on it.
So like I just received Pamela's. So you can all see I've got Pamela's here. If you look at my thing, it's right there. And I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to go into my MetaMask wallet, which I have set up where I can use my thumbprint to access it. It's like I do a lot of my apps.
Oh, and you're doing it on your phone, so you can't show us?
Well, no, because you don't need to see this part. All I'm doing is I'm going to give all of you money.
Oh, okay.
And you're just going to watch the money appear. Now, what you can see if I show you here is that on my wallet, I have the same things that you can see on Dan's: buy, send, swap. I also have receive. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and click the button send. And then in the to box, I'm going to paste. It says no address has been set for this name, but that's for Pamela's wallet. And now it says Pam. Okay, so I've got Pam and the hex key there. So no address has been set for this. What do I need to do?
That
What's
might
it
be
doing?
her something she said.
What is going on here? It's not letting me send it to this address. Oh, wait, there it is. No, that's for you. Let me paste it in. See.
Is the OX in that? When she sent me?
I've got to go and see what it did here. Oh, I see what happened. Is Pam's name is at the beginning of the message. So when I copy it, it actually is, okay, I see what the problem was. Is Pam put her own name and then a dash. Okay, so I think I just need to go and erase those letters from it. I wasn't looking closely. Good learning. So I go here, paste, and then try and scroll back to the beginning if I can. Okay, Pam, if you could just send it to me again, just the hex key without your name at the top, then I will do that one again. Thank you. All right, that'll be much better. Then I can go through and I won't miss anyone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send each of you $25 worth of Ethereum. That's my plan. And so this will take me a minute to do, to log back in each time. It's
Are you
open.
actually able to specify it in dollars, or do you have to use a little converter to figure out?
No,
much?
I have to do it in. I'm adding Pamela's name to this one so that.
Yes.
Some apps will allow you to denominate it in dollars, like Coinbase you can put in the dollar amount and it'll automatically convert to whatever crypto you want to send. So it just depends on the app.
It's app specific. Okay, cool. Thanks, Antonio.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm going right now, there's $1,771.10 in Ethereum per wallet, so it looks like 0.014 is $25. So I do 0.01, no, 0.044. No, that's okay, it's only gives you a comma option. Next. And then it's gonna charge me a gas fee of 63 cents. And then I'm gonna send it. And now, Pamela, what you should look for is in your wallet, you're going to receive 0.014 Ethereum. So Pamela, let me know when you've received that and I'll start doing the next one. I've got Benji, I'm doing yours right now. So here we go.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. And I'm going to call this one Benji Ross.
Maybe I can just jump in here because there's two things that can happen on the Ethereum blockchain, because this is a what's called a Turing complete computer. So what that means is Bitcoin, all it can do is one thing: send and receive. What you can do on Ethereum is you can actually create programs using smart contracts, which is just logic, and that can do things. For example, if you wanted to, like right now, Joe is manually sending transactions one by one, and he's having to do it himself. You could write a program that if a certain condition is met, it would execute a smart contract. So the smart contract could be send 0.01F to 100 addresses. And that would have a corresponding gas fee depending on how big the smart contract is. So that's another thing to note about the advanced functionality of blockchains, is that you can automate a lot of these processes. So the whole point of DeFi is to say, well, there's people in the back room of banks that are shuffling papers and triple accounting and doing all these things. What smart contracts allow us to do is to automate a lot of that back office functionality. So while we can do this manually, we can also do it automatically. And I think that's what DAOs represent as well, is organizations that can be doing different functions without high overhead. So just a little bit more background context.
And I've just sent money to Lisa and to Stephen. So you can confirm when you've received them.
And Benji.
And to Benji. And then next I'm doing one today. Except, Day, could you send me the address again without the words? Because you wrote, thank you, Joe, here's my wallet. Could you just add because it's hard for me to edit it within the app.
I got it. 2480.
Excellent. So now I'm moving on to Day. I'll get back to yours in a moment. Right now I'm doing one for Paula. So Paula, have yours in a moment. Oops, I'll close that out. So this is the beauty of this, is that I received $1,000 worth of Ethereum and I'm giving each of you $25 worth. And by doing it in this way, what's going to happen is we are going to increase the velocity of money, which we're going to allow the money to do more than it could do on its own. So here you go. Paula, I just sent some to you.
So Joe, are you sending everyone 0.014 ETH?
That's right, because you're
Okay.
going to use that to send, I'm going to ask you to send $2 worth of Ethereum to my project. So you're going to then have $23 minus whatever fees you pay for the gas. This is another thing for all of you to know, is when you move money between blockchains, it takes computational energy. And so you will spend a little money to send money. Think of it like a bank transfer fee.
Right. And Antonio, this question, so Joe can keep doing his thing. This is a question about the volatility. Like, In the time that it takes Joe to send us all this 0.014 ETH, are we all likely to get different amounts because the value of Ethereum is changing, could be changing that rapidly? Or is there some sort of window in which the amount, the value, the exchange rate, as it were, changes?
Right.
Yeah, it changes, and that's why stable coins were invented, to basically peg to the dollar.
Right.
But
But
it's
so-
kind of a, yeah.
So everyone might not be I got 2480, but somebody else, Lisa, might get a different amount. In that time between when he sent me and to Lisa, it could change.
Correct. So that's,
Okay.
it's, what is the denominator that we're using? So right now, everybody is base thinking in dollars, right? If the more you use Ethereum or the more you use blockchains, you start to think, okay, 1 ETH, or how much is the gas fee? So the mind shifts in terms of what we think has value.
Right.
So
No,
while
I just
everybody's
was-
getting different dollar amounts, the ETH stays the same. However, I think what's important to be conscious of are the gas fees. So if there's high traffic, gas fees are higher, you could end up paying a lot in just trying to send a transaction. So it's almost like going back to the smart contract idea, you could set something where if the gas fee hits a certain limit low enough that you could execute a transaction. So right now it's Sunday, so gas fees are pretty low.
Yeah,
if
I'm
you were
paying
to go
about
like
60 cents per transaction right now, just so you know.
right, and if we think back, okay, so Gitcoin did an airdrop, Gitcoin DAO. So Gitcoin wants to decentralize. They don't want to have basically a CEO who could kind of take down the whole system. So they're progressively decentralizing into Gitcoin DAO, and they did an airdrop of Gitcoin to people who had used the system before. And to claim the airdrop, you had to pay a gas fee. So sometimes the airdrop isn't even worth the gas fee to claim it. So for every transaction that you do in Metamask, there is a field where you can set the gas fee. So you could set the gas fee to 1. Maybe at the moment, the gas required to send the transaction is 40. But if you set it to 1, it'll just sit in the queue until the traffic goes low enough that one gas, it's called a WEI, GWEI. That's the base unit of an ETH. So it's just like, it's a game to play in terms of trying to time the market so that you're not paying exorbitant amounts in gas fees. But that's why Ethereum as a monolithic blockchain is not the solution for a lot of applications, because you end up paying more in gas fees than it's like you're not going to want to use the system because it's too expensive to use.
Yep.
And that's what has, yeah. So anyways, I can go in more on that, but I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and actually I've now sent everyone money. So has anyone not received their 0.014? Has everyone received it? Pamela, and Pamela's got a question.
Yeah, just a quick one, Joe.
Yeah.
I accidentally shifted something on my screen, and now the quantities are on the right-hand side, and I've got a red circle with a downward button on the left. Am I supposed to click that in order to finish receiving this money, or?
Would you share your screen so we can see it? Because I'm not sure what's going on, and then we can answer it together.
The short answer is no, you've got the money.
Yeah, the short answer is the money should have arrived. Yeah, you've got, oh no, that's fine. See right there, it says you have 0.014 ETH and it's worth $24.85 USD.
And am I supposed to do something with this arrow? Am I supposed to
No.
click
No.
to receive?
No, that's just indicating that you had a transaction and that money was received.
Okay.
If you click it, you get more details on the transaction, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so if you think of it like if you were in your banking app for the bank you bank with, you could have an account summary and account details where it has a list of transactions, your transaction history. This is why I said thinking of your digital wallet as a banking app is a good first approximation. It actually does a lot more, but just to begin, just think of using it that way and you'll understand what we're doing. And so if you clicked on that, that's like your transaction history to say someone deposited money into your account. That's
I
all.
see. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So now what we're ready to do is to set up a GitHub account. Now GitHub is actually really simple because GitHub is going to be very similar to just creating a profile, like opening an account on Facebook or Twitter, where you'll just have some simple information you're going to have to do. And what I want to see is, can I actually do this on Safari, or do I have to have someone else walk through it? Let me see real quick. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to share my screen. And so, oh wait, actually, let me get you the GitHub link first, so that everyone has that. So we're all going to go to GitHub. Oops, this is in my way. There we go. So here's the link to, here's the link to GitHub, github.com. And this is the confusing thing. Notice that Gitcoin is so much not like GoFundMe. Because GoFundMe is, oh, there's this crowdfunding website, and I create an account to give money to the project. But Gitcoin, you have to create a wallet that's not on Gitcoin. And then you have to go to GitHub, which is not Gitcoin. And you have to create both of these accounts before you can use Gitcoin. And just thinking from a usability point of view, this is pretty confusing. It's like, wait, you want me to give me money? I want to give crowdfunding money to your crowdfunding campaign, but I have to go to two completely separate websites and do completely different things. You see where this would scare a lot of people off. So this is already a place where Gitcoin's usability is low, because like if I said, could you give money to my campaign? You're like, wait, I have to do these things on these other websites. Are you scamming me? What the hell's going on? See, this is part of the confusion of crypto, is that there are all these steps that don't make sense because you don't know how the systems work. But actually, Gitcoin is a project of GitHub. So you have to have a GitHub account to access it. But if you don't know GitHub, you don't know that. And then if you don't have a digital wallet to connect to it, you can't do anything. But a digital wallet is not GitHub or Gitcoin. And so see, that's just confusing. But now if everyone has gone to github.com, I'll share my screen. And we're just going to create an account. So you should be at a place that looks something like this. Can everyone see my screen okay? And oops, that was not what I wanted. There we go. And what you'll see is in the upper right-hand corner, you have the option of sign in or sign up. Now on my Google browser, I've already got myself signed in. I'm doing this on Safari just because I'm already signed in on Google Chrome. I'd recommend doing this on Google Chrome if you already did that for your Metamask wallet. You want to be on the same browser that you set up Metamask. And you're just going to go up here to the right-hand corner and click sign up, which I just tried to do. And that's loading. And it's still loading is all, so it's a little slow. And now you see you want a username or email address and a password. See that this is just like any other thing you might create. And so you're going to go through the process. Actually, I'm realizing it might be better for me to have someone else who's doing this go through the steps so I don't actually have to create a new account. So Dan, would you be willing to volunteer again to share your screen as you're going through these steps to create a GitHub account? And if so, could you share your screen again? Just so I don't have to create a new
Yeah, I was, let's see, trying to do that. Telegram, join GitHub. Is this what, can you see that?
Not yet.
No, you just did share your screen.
Let me go back. Share screen. Okay, join GitHub. Maybe I've gotten too far ahead. I hope is this, I went into GitHub and I went ahead while you were talking and just followed the steps. I probably got too far ahead.
Well, the question is, has everyone created a username and a password and already moved to the next screen?
That's what I've done here. There's my email. There's my password, can't see it. And there's my username. Rocinante.
And so the main thing is you don't have to receive announcements and updates.
Yeah, I said no.
Maybe when everyone gets to the screen that Dan's at, put your hands up so we can see it.
I'm gonna hold here, Joe.
Yeah, just hold here.
Okay.
And for everyone, when you get to this place in the process, put your hands up so we know you're here. Or if you've already got a GitHub account, you can put your hand up so we don't have to wait for you. So you can see this one's really straightforward. It's just like joining any other website. Like, do you want to receive the newsletters? Yes or no? Did you create a username or password? Yes or no? So I see that Steven's there, Lisa's there, Day is there. Everyone else is still working. Antonio has an account. Paula is there. So for Victoria and Jonathan, maybe when both of you are there, since you're doing them on separate computers. So we're still waiting on Pamela. We're still waiting on Victoria and Jonathan. Still waiting on Benji.
Here, we're getting close, so.
Benji, do you already have yours? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm all set up. I've already made the transaction actually.
Ah, sweet. So you're
Yep.
just chilling.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yep, I'm chilling. I gotta leave kind of soon, but I'm chilling for a little bit.
No worries, Benji, and when you gotta go, you can go, because I can always send you the list of other projects to donate to.
Perfect. Yeah, that was my question. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
if there's anybody else that I could somehow give a hand to down the road as well, I'd be available.
Cool.
Take your-
Sweet. So Pamela, are you good? Are you at the screen?
Not yet. Sorry.
Oh,
No
are
worries.
you getting hung up on something, honey?
Well, if you get hung up, let us know. And for Jonathan and Victoria, let us know when you guys are ready.
I don't know, the username, it's not real clear.
It's not accepting my usernames, I guess. they're
Yeah,
too-
I'll tell you, let me just tell you here real quick. I typed in Dan Quixote and it didn't like, it was taken. It didn't tell me right away. I had to scroll back up and look. So just, I just added horse.
I've got it, thanks, Dan. Yeah.
All right, so when everyone gets to this screen, I think we're all here now, right? The only ones we were still waiting for were Jonathan and Victoria. Jonathan and Victoria, you guys ready to go?
Don't be afraid to-
Hey, I'm gonna take
no.
this opportunity, this little pause to say goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, Benji.
If there's one attribute that's really valuable with this stuff, it's patience, and you guys all have each other to rely on, and I trust you'll make it. Godspeed. Technology
Thank
can
you,
be
Benji.
frustrating.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks, Benji.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Benji.
Mr. Ross.
See y'all.
Take care, man.
Excuse me just 1 second. There's the verify your account bit and oh, I see. Start puzzle. Okay.
Yeah, are you at the same screen that, are you doing the CAPTCHA thing?
I'm doing, yeah.
You doing it? Yes,
What?
we're at the right place.
We
Keep
are?
going. Yes.
Okay, and Pamela, are you here as well? Have you gotten to the screen or already jumped ahead? Just so we know where you are. Or,
Create account. Save. Got you. Okay, then there's enter code. Oh, I see. Now I have to go to my email. Got
okay,
Oh, wait a minute.
yeah, Dan, I think you can go ahead and click create account.
Right.
Everyone go ahead and go through and click create account. And Pamela will help you move forward as you need to. So, yeah, so yeah, you're gonna get a code sent to your email and then you need to go to your email and then enter it in here to verify your existence. Dan won a ninja of something.
Yeah, it's a scam. Yeah. All right.
I'm just playing because I like ninjas.
I just
Yeah, just copy it and paste.
open GitHub, or do you want to go back to GitHub?
You can go back and copy paste, just so you don't open a new window. But really
I
do,
wonder if it'll let me.
try it out and see. If not, there you
Took
go,
it.
there you go.
Hey, too
All right.
easy.
And then here, how many team members are you working with? Just say just me. And you can say whether you're a student or teacher. This is like a Zen question.
Yeah. Yes. The answer is yes.
Yeah, can I put yes, please? Like I put myself as teacher on this one, but do whatever you want. And then, is everyone at the place that Dan is at? Have you filled in the security code that went to your email? Just want to be sure we don't get too far ahead.
We
Is there
we
anyone
haven't
who's-
gotten the email yet, but
Okay.
supposedly coming.
So for this, I actually, yeah, I left it blank, but you can enter any of them that you like. So this is basically GitHub is a place for software development. So if you don't want to do software development on GitHub, you actually don't need to click anything here. You can just continue when you get to this screen. And so now you have your GitHub account. See, and you can just click the free version, Dan. Scroll down and just click the free version. So I think you have to scroll a little further to it. There it is, continue for free.
Scroll down, continue for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Initializing my dashboard.
Wow.
Yeah. Victoria, do you have a question?
Yeah, am I a student or a teacher?
The answer is yes. You get to pick one.
Oh, I was wondering if there were benefits to one or the other.
No, the way it works is on the next screen, they'll ask you if you want the paid package or the free package. And what they offer you depends on how you answer. But since you're going to take the free package anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I see.
So just pick one.
If I may just share a little backstory about GitHub is a centralized Web 2 service, meaning that there is a company and a jurisdiction that's responsible for any type of software that's being hosted on GitHub. So there was something that happened recently about 2 weeks ago that kind of shook up the crypto world, where there's a DApp, a decentralized application running on Ethereum that allows people to basically create private anonymous transactions. So because Ethereum is a public blockchain, all transactions are public. Everybody can see everything. So for people that want to do private transactions, they would use something called Tornado Cash. And Tornado Cash would allow people to input their Ethereum and send transactions that would be basically unable to view the source. So the US State Department recently said that because North Korea hackers were using Tornado Cash, they would be sanctioning any address that used the DApp. And because of that, GitHub had to basically take down the software that runs the Tornado Cash. And this is really important because one of the reasons why blockchains exist is for censorship resistance. So you don't want to have a third party, a government, a corporation,
Right.
The ghost of Steve Jobs come and basically take down your software code. So there is a big push to create a decentralized code repository that can't be censored by governments. So I'm just throwing this out there because this is just one more use case for having decentralized applications that can't be censored. And it's just something to know, but I don't think it's really going to affect us in this moment right now. It's just a little bit more context to highlight why we need this technology.
So quick question, has everyone gotten into GitHub and have an account set up? It's gotten to the screen that Deanna's at. Are there any other questions? Has anyone not gotten in? Victoria?
We can't.
Free. Oh, where would that be? Because I have to check off where I am. I have to check off team administration, project.
No, you don't have to click any of those. Just go to the bottom and just go continue.
Not even security.
All of those are things if you wanted to be a software developer on GitHub, which you don't. So just don't
Everything
click
they're
it.
asking you is for their demographics. And all we're doing is using them as the access to something else. So you can skip everything.
So click continue, then you'll have to choose.
Yeah. What do I click on free?
Scroll down a little.
Scroll down, you'll see the option for free at the bottom of the screen.
Oh,
On the left side.
It says continue for free or something like that. I forgot the wording.
Yeah.
Did you find it?
yeah.
Now it's going to initialize your dashboard and you'll come to the same place that Dan is at.
Oh, okay, good. Thanks.
Okay.
All right, so now that you have a GitHub account and a Metamask wallet, the next step is to go to Gitcoin. Antonio, do you remember, do we search for Gitcoin within GitHub or do we just go to it? I don't remember this step. Can we just
It's
go
gonna
to
be- It's going to be easier to just type gitcoin.co.
Okay, I'll drop the
New
link
tab.
into the chat. So everyone just go to gitcoin.co or I'll drop it into the chat as well. Here's the link.
So the reason why we're creating a GitHub account is if you've ever seen an application where it's sign in with Google, sign in with Facebook, sign in with Twitter, this is all we're doing. It's when you go to Gitcoin, you just sign in with GitHub. It's called OAuth, which is an authentication method. But yeah, it's just like that. Facebook, Google sign in.
So everyone goes to Gitcoin like the way that Dan did, and then click sign in. Dan, go ahead and click sign in. It's at the top right, in the menu bar of the right there. And then see, it says Gitcoin. So authorize Gitcoin CO. That will allow Gitcoin to access it. So it's just like if you signed in with Facebook, as Antonio was saying. And then you're going to be redirected to Gitcoin. And now you are in Gitcoin. And I want you to back at the top of the screen, right where you signed in, you'll see a thing that looks like it's like a square with a little diagonal line at the top. Do you see it? It's in the top menu bar, right just to the left of where you are. The next one over. That one. Click on that.
Okay.
Yeah, click on that,
The
and that's going to
directors.
allow you to connect your
go.
wallet.
I haven't clicked on free.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna stop here. Does everybody see that at the top? Moving my cursor around. That looks like a director's go for the start of the scene.
Yeah, did everyone get into Gitcoin using GitHub? Now you see at the top, you'll see where Dan is pointing at the top of the screen, this little thing that looks like a stop or start thing for a film, whatever that's called. Click on that.
Where is that?
It's in the top menu on the right.
Top right.
Right? It's with my sign in.
Are you on Gitcoin, Victoria?
Does it look like this screen?
Yeah, it looks like that screen. What do I click, Jonathan?
Well, I can't even get back there, so I'm still. Hold up, the bots want to know if you're one of them and not a robot.
Wait a second. I'm at millions in open source project funding.
So you're right. You're right in the right
Okay,
place.
I'm in the right place, yes.
And we're doing the cart now. Is that
But
what
I
it is?
didn't see, yeah.
No, it's not the cart, it's another thing that's your wallet.
Okay.
Can I go ahead?
So it's
Okay.
where Dan is hovering his mouse right now. Do you see it?
Connect
Click on that. Yeah, when you click on that, it'll allow you to connect your wallet. So Dan, go ahead and click on it.
I'm gonna go ahead.
And then connect wallet.
No.
And then click on MetaMask. And then as you click on MetaMask, it will use the browser extension from Google to have MetaMask talk to Gitcoin. And that's how you're going to be able to support the project.
Okay.
Yep.
So has everyone done that already? Do you have, is anyone still having problems getting set up?
Does my MetaMask notification window pop-up show?
It might.
No, it doesn't do.
Or is it grayed out?
No, Dan, it won't show any of your keywords. It's
I
just,
see. I thought, yeah, it might not.
yeah. No, go ahead and click on MetaMask. It's just going to ask you if you approve letting MetaMask be accessed by Gitcoin. Sort of like you let something be accessed by Facebook. So go ahead and click on MetaMask and it'll let you just connect them. Just like you did with Gitcoin and GitHub, it'll do the same thing.
And we know that we're connected because our username is in the top.
Yeah,
right?
and also you'll see that now there's the MetaMask logo at the top where the other emblem used to be. You see on Dan's, he's actually got the MetaMask fox. That means that his MetaMask wallet is connected.
Yeah.
And now you are ready to donate to the campaign. And so I'm going to give everyone the link. Once everyone gets to the point where you've connected your wallet, if you go into the chat, I've just given you the link to the HR Regeneration Fund grant. And so go ahead and copy and paste that in.
Is it in the chat?
It's in the chat of Zoom. Yeah, in the chat of Zoom, I just gave the link for HR Regeneration Fund prototyping a bio.
Hold on a second. Let me just somehow get this to you.
So,
Yeah. So it's,
Okay.
you might have to type it in because
I'm not connected. Oh.
okay, Dan, why don't you go ahead and go there and then we'll wait for everyone there so everyone can see where we're supposed to go.
let me just see if I can
Send it to me.
send it to you. You have text on your.
It would have to be on my computer.
Yeah, you can do it on WhatsApp or Telegram if they're connected to your computer, or do it by email.
I can use that.
Just a side question, Joe, is it possible to contribute money straight from a bank account, a standard bank account to this?
No,
Telegram?
Gitcoin is in GitHub, and so it's connected to the blockchain. What you can do is in MetaMask, you can put money on your wallet, meaning you can buy, like you can buy Ethereum with your bank account or with a credit or debit card.
Okay,
So those are additional functions of your wallet that you could do.
okay.
So Dan, are you there? Can you click
I'm
the?
trying to get to the chat, back to the chat box, and for some reason I had to drop off earlier because I got locked out of some of these views, and now I can't. Oh, there it is, chat. Okay.
Yeah, and then drop it in. And when everyone gets there, we can walk you through the process of this is going to be just like any other online purchase with two little steps that are maybe confusing. And so by having Dan go through and donate money to the campaign, you all can see how he did it and then imitate it.
Okay, so can you guys see this screen?
Yeah, we can still see your Gitcoin home screen, but we can't
Okay,
see that grant stand.
So no, I'm sorry, Joe. I was copying and pasting some other data across I have for my notes, so I didn't quite hear you. So do I check explore grants?
No, go back to Zoom and go into the chat of Zoom.
Which I did. I copied it out of there.
And then just paste it into the menu bar here to replace the window
Okay.
you've opened.
The menu bar. That's what I want. All right.
Yeah, the address, the web address. No, just in the web address. Right there.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
paste it there. And then hit enter. There you go. And now you're going to be at the Biochar Regeneration Fund.
Okay.
And if Dan just scrolls down a little, just scroll down so we can see how much money's been contributed. You see 20 people have contributed a total amount of $1,193. And we have an estimated match of $1,023. So that's just showing you that by giving a small amount of money, you're going to increase the match. Now, Dan, just scroll back up to the top.
Okay.
Where you can see add to, well, not, just see how it says add to cart on the right.
Let me move this.
Not at the top menu, but at the right.
Uh,
The blue.
The purple button. Yeah, right there. So if everyone, so notice before he clicks on this that it says a $100 contribution will create a $259 match, and a $1 contribution will create a $57 match. So this is just showing you that at the current distribution of funds, by giving $1, you're actually going to add $57 to the project. So what Dan's going to do is add click to cart or add to cart. So everyone do that. Go to add to cart. And now, Dan, you'll scroll to the top menu again. And you'll see your cart has a little 1. See how it has a little 1 in it right there?
Yep.
Has everyone done this? Have you added to the cart, or is anyone who hasn't done that? Once we're ready, we're going to watch Dan go through the steps. So Dan, just click checkout.
Okay.
And it's going to pop up your MetaMask wallet as a pop-up window.
Okay. Fetching cart data.
Okay, so right here, it actually hasn't opened your MetaMask wallet yet. Notice how it defaulted to 25 of a token called DAI. See, it says amount currency of 25 DAI. You actually want to change the DAI to ETH. So Dan, click on the drop menu for DAI and click ETH. And then you're going to type in 0.0011. 0.0011, which is approximately $2 US. And then click apply to all, and it'll change the one that you're giving to my grant. So change the number below. Can everyone see that?
Okay, hold on. I just want to just interject real quick because if you add to your cart all of the different projects, that'll be one transaction and it'll save gas fees. Versus, I think this is good for an example, but for everybody else, if you do all of the different projects, add them to your cart, and then check out everything together, you'll pay much smaller transaction fees. So I just wanted to point that out.
Thank you for that, Antonio. What we're going to do is after everyone makes the contribution to our grant, then I'm going to give you the list of the 11 other grants and ask you to contribute 0.0011 ETH or $2 to at least one of the others. And then you can actually use up your money contributing to as many of them as you can, although you actually don't have enough money to give to all 11 of them. But I just wanted you to know that that's what I'm going to ask you to do. So you can see that now Dan has added 0.0011 Ethereum, which is $2. And then over on the right, it says, would you like to give back to the Gitcoin match pool? And it's defaulted to 5%. If you change it to 0%, so Dan, if you click on 0%, then you'll notice that your grant contribution is only the amount you're giving to this grant, and you're not giving to the grant pool. And so this is just so, I want you to do it this way for now, because otherwise you may use up all of your money by the default settings. You only have $25 worth of Ethereum and you're gifting 2. And so you're going to end up with approximately $22 worth after you pay the gas fees. So has everyone done this, where you've changed from DAI to ETH in the cart, put in 0.0011 and click apply to all. So it'll apply to the one below with the Barichar Regeneration Fund. And then over on the right in the summary, change the give back to Gitcoin match pool to 0. And you can see as Dan's scrolling through, there are lots of different tokens you could contribute depending on what kinds of crypto you have. So I just wanted you to see that.
Everything's here.
And Antonio, do you know, is Regen included here? Antonio, do you know?
There were rumors that Atom would be available this round, but I don't think so.
Okay, so for the future, Atom is on the same software that Regen tokens are on. So when we have Regen tokens, we actually could convert them to Atoms and give them into Gitcoin in a future funding round.
What are those not monikers?
Atom.
ATM?
ATOM.
Oh,
It's
ATM.
not,
Okay.
it's not in there if you search for it. So
Yeah, it's not there now. They tried to get the software update in time, but they didn't get it done. So it's not in for this funding round.
That's fine. I was just wondering what it was. ATOM and Regen is.
Yeah, and I wanted to explain part of the reason we're using Ethereum is that Ethereum in 4 days is about to go through a very, very important change, which is they're going to go from what's called proof of work to proof of stake. You don't have to understand what that means except to say that it's going to reduce the energy costs of transactions by much more than 99%, which means that the value of Ethereum is projected to go up. So by giving an Ethereum now, your $2 worth of Ethereum may be worth $4 or $5 worth of Ethereum by the end of the week if Ethereum doubles in value. And so we're using Ethereum today because we have reason to anticipate that Ethereum is probably going to go up in value after this major upgrade that happens on September 15th. And also we're using Ethereum because someone gave me $1,000 worth of Ethereum in Gitcoin, and I'm just passing it to you to give back to me to increase the matching returns, and then asking you to share the wealth to some other projects so that all of us benefit from this upgrade to Ethereum. So I just want to share that that's a bit of the backstory of what we're doing right now. So has everyone completed their cart the way that Dan has done? Or is there anyone who hasn't?
No, Victoria is having some error messages here. Cannot read properties of undefined, reading 0 when she hits standard checkout.
Maybe when
Where's that? Ready to check out.
You'll probably want to do 0.0.
No, forget about that. It shows that, but it doesn't mean anything. This is the one that has to be active.
can we have her share her screen with somebody? This is crazy to try to describe it verbally.
Standard.
She's not on Zoom.
Oh,
Yes.
oh.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
everyone else able to do it? Because we could walk Victoria through it separately later as well.
Yeah, that might be the case because she's not actually on the Zoom video. We're here together. She's on her computer.
Right.
And she's getting an error when she hits Metamask as the choice for the checkout.
I think there's something that I put in a wrong amount.
Scroll up.
For everyone else, just so you know, I've just added a list of 11 projects to the chat. And you're not going to have enough money to give to all of them because I only gave you $25 worth. Unless you did half of the amount here instead of 0.00011. If you did 0.00056, you might be able to, you might have enough money to contribute to all of them. But I just wanted you to know that we picked these 11 projects because these are all projects that are aligned with us. Like Dorina was the person representing the Coffee Carbon Collective, which is one of them in this list. So if you wanted to support Dorina's project, you could.
Tyler's.
Also, Agroforest DAO is Diogo's, for those of you who know Diogo, here in Earth Regenerators. And Kathleen and Kath and Tyler have one on here, which is the Samara Trust. So if you wanted to support Tyler Wakefield and Kath, who are both Earth Regenerators, you could support the Samara Trust. If you wanted to support Diogo, who does syntropic agroforestry, you could support the Agroforest DAO. If you wanted to support Dorina, who was on the call earlier, you could support the Coffee Carbon Collective. So I just wanted you to see that these are curated projects because these are people we know and collaborate with, or whose work aligns with what we're trying to accomplish. And there's one called Recommon, which used to be called Regenerative Community Land Trust. There's another one called Basin DAO, and both of them are working on large-scale landscape regeneration of watersheds. So they're aligned at the bioregional scale in that way. So I just wanted to name, also the Eco Labs is a group of people that work with Regen Network, and they're coming to Barichara for the refi event, and then are going to stay for at least 6 months afterwards to prototype projects in our community. So if you wanted to support Eco Labs to do work in Barichara, then go to the Impact app Eco Labs and support them. But I'm just telling you this to say that after you've gone through the process of supporting our campaign, I want you to support at least one of these others.
So are we supposed to click the I'm ready to check out button and complete this transaction, or do we do?
Yeah, if everyone's ready for that, Dan, if you just scroll down so we can see. He's going to scroll down to I'm ready to check out. And what might happen is you might have something come up in your MetaMask when you do this. So there's going to be a drop down. So Dan, go ahead and say I'm ready to check out so everyone can see the step.
Yeah, I got to scroll down, standard checkout.
Checkout. Yeah,
Go ahead.
do that.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so I got to drop down standard checkout, Polygon
That's right.
checkout, or some other, and then I'm just going to select Ethereum. Standard
Yeah,
checkout.
do standard checkout. And now it says don't close this tab, so don't close the tab.
Okay.
And your MetaMask wallet might have a pop-up window.
Okay.
And basically, no, you don't need to go to MetaMask.
Okay.
Stay
I
on
just wanna
screen.
look for that.
What happened to me? And I had to go back and like re-log in to GitHub.
So there was a moment where Penny got to this point and it didn't work, and she had to go and log into GitHub again. And so the fact that MetaMask is not popping up for you, Dan, means you might need to go back to your tab that's already open for GitHub. The tab you already have for GitHub. And it says you're already in, so I don't know if you might need to maybe just like refresh it.
It
And
was
see,
like that when I.
Okay, refreshing.
just refresh that window.
Refresh.
Because it might
Refresh.
do that. And then go back to the, see, this is where I said it gets a little clunky at this point,
Yeah, I
where we
to
had
go
some
back.
problems.
Somewhere I had to log in and it asked me to be a human and then it looked again.
I would probably refresh that page again too, shouldn't he? Don't do it yet, Dan, wait till.
Well, actually, because it didn't open the MetaMask wallet, I think it's not going to work. And I think what's happening is, you know, it gives you that screen that says, I'm not a robot, and you do the CAPTCHA images. I think that we've simply timed out and that it's not going to let you complete this transaction until you refresh your screen. So go ahead and refresh the screen you're on now, Dan, and
Okay.
we'll see if this does it.
Refreshed.
Refresh, and then just be sure everything is still set the same way. It looks like.
Zero. Okay.
Yeah. And
Checking
so
ETH,
I'm ready.
ETH.
No, not 25. Well, I guess it's okay because it's still 0.0011.
Yeah,
So
right. I saw that up there, but then I see it down here. It's
no, it's
okay.
because it's 0.0011. Yeah, so now go back to I'm ready to check out. And then do standard checkout.
Check out.
And now, yes, it says action
There it
pending.
is.
Click on action pending. The green, I'm sorry, the orange box. When you click on that, it's going to have you do something in your MetaMask wallet. So go ahead and click on that orange pop-out box. It says action pending.
Okay. Orange pop out. You're talking about
The right.
In the upper right corner, it says action pending. In order to use features of Gitcoin, you must confirm transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. Do you see that in the upper right of your window?
I'm adding a nickname. I guess what's a nickname? Initial.
Okay, for some reason, we can't see your pop-up window in the share screen.
You might have.
There is an orange drop down menu
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
action
so
pending, but there is
the-
not on mine.
The MetaMask window pops up and covers up that action pending box, but we're not seeing the MetaMask window
I think it's because he shared.
that I'm guessing Dan shared.
Yeah,
No, I won't shut up. Won't say anything about that.
Okay.
Yeah, so
You know,
Dan, I don't know what to tell you to do because I can't see what's in that box because it's
I
not.
don't know how to share it. Let's see. You want me to share it? Try to share it?
Well, you're already
Maybe
sharing
Steven.
screen, but it's just not showing it to
He's
us.
sharing just the window probably
Yeah.
rather than the entire screen.
So maybe Dan, if you end your screen share.
Oh, here it is, confirm.
Yeah,
I've got the confirm button here. Do you want me to try to
Yeah, go
show
ahead.
that?
We'll go ahead and just confirm it and we'll see if it
Okay.
works for you. And then we can
so
try
I got
it.
mine up.
Steven,
I
you've
can
got
share
yours.
my
Does it give
screen
you-
instead.
that's good.
Okay, so Dan, you just were successful at giving the money to the campaign. This is thank you.
Aye.
So
Aye.
why don't you, Dan, end your share screen? And then Stephen can add his. And Stephen, I'll make you a co-host so that you can do that.
I don't want to share. I don't know how to end it. I can.
I think I can do it for you, actually.
Okay, yeah, it's not letting, I don't see an option.
As
I
the
got
host, I can.
I bumped him out.
Okay,
Okay, so Stephen's going to share a screen to show everyone else what's happening here. This was one of the confusing parts is this pop-up window comes. You see the one that Stephen,
So- This is what, do you see the pop-up?
yeah,
Okay, so this is what Dan got, and he didn't see that because he got that and was covered.
okay. Okay.
Oh,
So,
I see.
so it says, click here to add to your address book. You see where it says that, Stephen? Go ahead and click on that. See the-
Hold on, I just want to,
Yeah, what's that, Stephen? Antonio, what's that?
I'll wait till this is done, but I just wanted to go to the gas fee section when we're ready for that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
caught that. So
Yeah, it's good. You can add a nickname for this if you want. This is basically the name of your wallet. So call it whatever you want. Like Steven's wallet or whatever you want to call it. Gitcoin Steve, I don't know, Gitcoin donations and save it. And now when you scroll down, you see it says estimated gas fees are $2.69.
yeah,
So Antonio, you want to add a comment to this?
Yeah, because you can click on edit
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Maybe he will.
and then scroll down.
now what, just let me ask, so right, is this a current warning, like right now?
No, because what's happening is MetaMask is giving you a suggested gas fee, but you can manually change that. So if you say edit suggested gas fee,
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, nice.
yeah, you can probably get a little bit. So go to low. You can click on low and you save 14 cents. Oh, you can set it to like, you can set it to, okay, so, okay, this is where we get into, you can pay to get to the head of the line. So if you said high, that transaction's gonna settle instantly. If you
Right.
say low, it might take a few more minutes, maybe 30 seconds. So you can, and Stephen, this goes back to your question where it's like, oh, if you send me 0.01 ETH now, how many dollars will it be worth? So the gas fee is constantly changing, as you can see. So this is something where if you click on advanced options.
Yeah, Stephen, want to talk on that? Scroll
Okay,
down.
okay, I'm sorry, click on that again. Okay, so scroll down. You can
Ah.
actually manually set the gas fee. So see the way, GWEAI. So you could set that lower, and when the network has less traffic, it'll process that transaction. But I mean, right now we don't really need to worry about it too much. I just wanted to show that optionality to say if you don't want to pay a really high gas fee, you could set it lower, and then maybe it might clear in an hour, a day, a month, who knows. So I think right now you could just say medium. If you go back up, scroll up to the top. And there's other, yeah, and we've been doing this for so many years and the user interface still is so bad.
What I want you guys to notice is that Stephen is giving a gift of $1.95, but paying $3.74 in gas. So it's $5.69 total. So of the $25 in Ethereum he got, he's spending about $6.
Well,
Yeah.
and
I told you to
this
see
is
that.
changing, this is changing on the fly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
it's
it
changing
went up,
constantly.
it went up from when we started talking. It was $2. It's $1
Yeah.
more now.
Yeah. And so, but go ahead and save it now, and we're going to complete the purchase and just click confirm. And then after you confirm, you just wait and don't close that tab, and it'll probably finish the deal. Now, the thing I want us to notice about this, and then Pamela will get back to you, is that a lot of people would say, wow, we're paying all these gas fees, we're losing money. But I want us to remember two things. One, this Ethereum was a gift, and we're using the gift to create more money. And the way we're creating more money is with the matching fund. And the matching fund is going to give us more than these gas fees. So you are giving me $2 that will add to the amount of the fund, plus whatever the matching amount is for $2, which is definitely going to be more than that $4 in gas fees that Stephen just paid. So we might cringe at this moment, like, oh crap, that's paid $6 to give a $2 donation. What am I doing? If we remember that there's the matching fund, that this is worth doing on Gitcoin with what we're doing at this moment. So I just wanted to name that. We're actually in a larger cooperation space. And now, Pamela, back to you.
I'm assuming we were all supposed to see that drop-down menu, only I never did see that. So I'm stuck with no drop-down menu to be able to complete this.
Let's share your screen. Pamela, can you share your screen and we can see what you've done? And was everyone else successful? Or is anyone else still stuck?
She didn't do this part. I don't think she picked. It's my one.
So I did click, I'm ready to check out. I got to the next screen.
Yeah.
There was no drop down. And frankly, I'm not quite sure how I got back to this screen, but that's kind of where I am. So,
well, what you can do is actually just refresh this page. And since the transaction didn't go through, you're going to see that your amount of Ethereum is still 0.0011, still set to 0. So you're ready to go. I'm ready to check out and do standard checkout. And now let's see if the pop-up appears. Oh, you have the,
She doesn't have her wallet connected, Joe.
oh, okay. All right. So just refresh the screen again to get the pop-up to go away.
Do you know how to refresh?
There you go. And now up at the top of the top menu, where you see your name is PJ Woodland, and then just to the left of it is an icon. Click on that icon. The one, no, not that one. One more to the left. All right, sorry. I guess go back. There you go. The one that's got the little, that one right there.
Yeah.
And then
Looks
connect.
like
And then click MetaMask. There you go.
so I guess that's what timed out, is it?
Well, that was part of it. Let's see if it's working.
And then we have blocker.
You know, it's not from this window that the issue is. So go back to the Gitcoin cart. Click refresh again, because I think what's happening is it needs you to show you're not a robot
Oh,
for some reason.
No.
Well, it's
don't
not-
do that, Pamela.
The thing is, it's not letting her connect her wallet. And so maybe just close this window out, Pamela. Just close that whole window out. And then put in the window, or go back and get the link again.
There's the wallet.
There it is.
Oh, the wallet's there, okay. So now, yeah, you're already, no, don't change the wallet, it's already good. Go back and grab the link for, from the chat for the Gitcoin grant, the Bar HR Regeneration Fund link that's in the Zoom chat. I think what happened is that you had two windows open and one of them was updated and the other wasn't. And then it didn't have the security to show that you weren't a robot. It was something like that that's glitching. This is part of what's confusing here.
Oops.
So yeah, go back to the chat and grab the link for the Bar HR Regeneration Fund. And then put it back into the window and then reshare your screen so we can see it again.
I've got a few screens going, just one sec.
No worries. See, it hasn't updated them. But that's okay. Oh wait, no, there they are. They're showing up now. There they are.
Can you walk me through this step then again? Oh, I guess I need to share.
Yeah,
screen.
share your screen again so we can see it again. So this is what I mean, where this part is clunky. If you got to this point, you would just get lost. So now at the top of the screen where your shopping cart is, click on the shopping cart and go to checkout. It'll take you back to the same place you were before. Wait, weird. It's showing that your wallet. Oh no, there's your wallet. Okay, we're good. And now it's still set correctly. So go, I'm ready to check out and do standard checkout. And now there it is. That's the window you want.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't
Bucks.
connecting your wallet. And now there's the top blue box that says new address detected. You see it in there? It says new address detected. Click on that. It's just a lot right there. Click on that.
Okay,
Yeah. And then add address, add a nickname.
and is that here?
No, the blue button. Click the blue button. And then give it a nickname, whatever you want to call it. This is the name of your wallet. So you could say Pamela's wallet or whatever you want to call it. And then click save. And then scroll down in the same pop-up box and click confirm. And then just wait, and the don't close this tab will change whenever it's done. There it is. Thank you for contributing. So you've succeeded.
What is the verify piece there?
No, this is about.
Oh, I just clicked verify.
The verify is this thing, submit a passport, which I think we can do at another time. That
Okay.
increase, it actually allows you to increase the amount of matching funds by verifying your identity by creating a thing called a passport.
And that prevents the robot thing for the civil attacks you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And so Pamela, you can stop sharing your screen. And I see Victoria and Jonathan have their hand up. What can we do for you guys, Victoria and Jonathan?
Well, we're each at different places, but Victoria's getting, every time she goes through the sequence, she's getting an error when she clicks on MetaMask, and it comes up as a banner across the top with an error message that I haven't seen before. And there must be something that's not connected, but yet they look connected. So
It could be, does she have an ad blocker on her browser? It could be that she has some settings that it's not allowing it to pop up,
okay.
like which would be in system preferences.
Yeah, and I'm at the stage where I'm trying to fill out the small amounts for each of the 11 projects, but I haven't gotten all the way through that.
Okay. Well, you're not going to have enough money to fund all of them because of the gas fees. Because I
Well,
can give you enough, but you can do as many as you can do.
0.0056 is what I.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
And, but maybe I can help her go through this after we're finished, or come back to get some help. Somebody.
Yeah, I would say if you can help her go through it later, and if she still has questions, then we can then we can do it one-on-one without taking everyone's time.
I'm willing to stick around and help with that, Jonathan, if she can get on Zoom so we can see her screen. Not right this second. Let's wrap it up for everyone else. But
Yeah, and I just want to show everyone, I'm going to share my screen really quickly and show you that the blockchain has not updated yet. But what you can see is here it says that I have $1,193 from 20 contributors, which actually does not include anyone down here after Benji. So Benji's here, and then we had, there's this one, this one, this one. None of these have updated yet, and this is a confusing thing. So even though all of you have just approved your gift, it didn't show up here, and that's because the blockchain has to update, and then Gitcoin updates the display on the website a few minutes later. So this is just one more confusing thing, is you're like, I donated, why doesn't it show it? And it's because Gitcoin is actually recalculating this, this estimated match in batches. And I think they do it something like every 15 minutes, which means you would look and say, oh, I contributed. Why doesn't it show up? It's because on the back end of Gitcoin, they're calculating the changes for all the matches. And they haven't been updated here yet. So I wanted you to see that you'd say, well, wait, my money, where did it go? It disappeared. But if I refresh, we'll just see what happens if it's appeared yet or not. As I refresh and scroll back here, has it updated yet? No, it still hasn't. So I just wanted you to know this is another part of the clunkiness of Gitcoin, is that because Gitcoin's working with the blockchain and we're working with cryptocurrency, it doesn't work like what regular web applications. So if you had donated to GoFundMe, it would immediately show your contribution. But because we're doing this on the blockchain and it's doing these other computations in the background, there's a time delay. because Gitcoin is actually calculating every donation to every grant within the climate solutions matching round, and then updating all of them at once every 15 minutes. And I just wanted you to know this part, because this is another place where you're like, I just gave $2. What the hell happened? So I just want to name this as part of the clunkiness. But what we've just done is we've set up a MetaMask wallet, set up a GitHub account, used it to access Gitcoin, went in and connected our wallet, and then went through the shopping cart and added the nickname of our wallet, all these little steps you have to do. So see how this is so much harder than crowdfunding? But
Well,
by
not only that, but go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Antonio, jump in.
I was going to say, you know, traditional web tech companies would be paying a significant amount of money to get the kind of user research that we're doing now. So I will be asking Gitcoin to give money to Earth Regenerators, because this is extremely valuable for them, because they don't, if you're developing a product, you don't necessarily know how the user is interacting with your product. So what we're doing right now is extremely valuable to Gitcoin to actually make a better application. And it's also important for Web3, Ethereum, and every other blockchain to actually make applications and products that are usable by the masses. And this is the turning point that everybody is realizing, is that this is not usable. So we're doing something very valuable here. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for participating in this and for going through a very painful process.
Yeah.
But I think this will pay off immensely.
Thank you, Antonio. And I just want to say two things. One is, just remember that right now, our grant has $1,100 gifted and $1,100 match, approximately. So if you come back in an hour and look, after it's updated all of your contributions, we're going to see that matching amount. Like you guys just gave about $15 worth, right? Like 8 $2 donations or whatever it was. But the matching amount is going to be substantially more than $8. We might go from $1,100 matching to like $2,500 matching. We don't know how the algorithm's going to compute it. So I just want to encourage you to come back later today, click on the link for this Gitcoin grant, for our grant, and notice how those numbers change by what we just did. That's one thing. And the other thing is, I want you to go and give money to at least one of the other projects so that we're paying forward. And remember, the Ethereum you all are using was gifted to us as a Bodhichara pledge. Someone wanted to give $1,000 to the Bodhichara pledge, but they did it in Gitcoin to benefit from this matching round. And I'm using that money in MetaMask to gift it to all of you. So I just gave a $25 per person to what, 10 people? So it's $250 of the $1,000, which is going to generate more than $1,000 in matching returns right now. And that's why I feel comfortable not asking the pledge community to use the money this way in this moment as we're learning how to do this, because we just generated probably $1,000 additional dollars for the Bodhichara Regeneration Fund. But we'll know in a few hours. So that's one thing. And the second thing I want to say is that I want to announce to Earth Regenerators that I want to do this again. That I want to invite more people to go through exactly this process so that we raise more money for the Bodhichara Fund and these other projects, and holy shitballs, no, holy shitballs, Batman, let's make it funny. That then we will have a legion of Earth Regenerators to do this in every future Gitcoin round. So that we can have people go through the project incubator, create a Gitcoin grant before the time of the next funding round, and blitzkrieg the grant in this way. And so we are prototyping a form of community philanthropy by participating in this process right now. So I just wanted to name the bigger play is we're learning collaborative funding of regenerative projects that leverages infrastructure. I just want to name that you have just participated in increasing the amount of money to Bodhichara by the actions we just took, but we're also now all trained, and we all have MetaMask, GitHub, Gitcoin. And so all of us could do this again at any time. So when I announce to Earth Regenerators, who would like to receive some Ethereum to give to these projects, all of you who are here, who are available, you could actually go into breakout rooms and help other people and answer their questions. And we might do this. Well, but imagine if we did this for, instead of 10 donations, if we do it for 100. With 100 donations, we might get $75,000 of the $350,000 in the matching pool. Because we don't know how much it's going to be, we don't know where those tipping points are. But I just want to name, this is the cooperation game. Because if we have all that money coming in, we can then go and support all these other projects because we have a pool of money. And so just wanted to show you that this way of cooperating scales because of the nature of the technology up to the scale of the $350,000 in the funding round. And so it's just an experiment for how we can practice doing this for the future. So now I see a bunch of hands raised. So Stephen, then Jonathan, then Paula.
Yeah, this is one, for me, this is one of those, I think the answer is already there, but I ask for clarity. If I'm donating,
the transaction fee comes out of my money, not out of the money I'm donating, right?
That's right, it comes out of your wallet.
because when I make the donation or when I go to make the transaction, I believe the wallet shows me the total amount that's coming out, my donation, and then the fees on top of that.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay.
You're paying, so you had, think of it in US dollars. You had $25 worth of Ethereum and you spent $6. So now you'll have about $19 worth of Ethereum left.
Right, but I mean, in terms of
Yeah.
when I donate my 0.0011 ETH, that all goes to you. I'm paying the fee.
Mhm.
In
You're
addition,
not paying the fee in the donation. I'm paying the fee after the donation.
that's
Is
right.
the-
You're paying a fee
On top of it.
in your Gitcoin account. You are paying a fee to do a
On-
transaction in your wallet.
on top of the
That's right.
donation. Okay,
That's right. Yeah,
that helps. And that's also important to remember because after the transaction's done, well, my balance will affect. But Paula asked about how many we can donate to. Well, I got to keep in mind that in my case, twice what I donated was taken out of my account because of the fees. So I only can donate to half right now. And that's where Antonio's saying, stack all of them together and then the transaction fee will be less rather than doing them one at a time.
that's
And
right. So
there's
if you added 10 of them to your cart, you'd only pay one fee.
Right. And there's also a means I discovered that I can show people, or you can see there's a way to save the ones you're interested in without putting them in your cart. So you could like put some aside until you get more money or until you decide later which ones you actually want to, how you want to split up the money.
Yeah, what I would recommend everyone do is of the 11 other projects I showed you, just open each link one at a time and add it to your cart. And then you can close that window and it'll remain on Gitcoin in your cart. And you'll notice the number goes up and the cart there's 1 and the cart there's 2 and the cart there's 3. And do it for however many of them you want to try to do, knowing that you probably don't have enough money for all of them. So maybe you pick 1, maybe you pick 3, maybe you pick 5, and then contribute 0.00056, which is approximately $1 of Ethereum, to as many of them as you want, and then see if the fees are more than you have in your wallet. And if they are more than you have in your wallet, adjust down by removing things from your cart. See how you do? So you could like add all of them, realize you don't have enough money, and then go, well, actually this one I was less interested in, I'll remove it from my cart. It's just like if this is e-commerce. You know, you're at REI and you added something in your cart and decided to take it back off again. We're doing the same damn thing, except the idea is I gave you Ethereum that was gifted to me for you to gift forward to someone else. And that's what's really beautiful about this. So Jonathan, on to you.
That may in fact be my problem. Oh, we're gonna have to move to a different system because Victoria's on as well. But I'm on the page where I selected them all and put in the numbers, but the checkout button is not appearing. Is that because I'm?
Show your screen. Let me make you co-host so you can show your screen and we'll look at it together. No, you should be able to share your screen now. Did the pop-up screen appear? Or you're not?
No, so here's what I've got. I've put them all in.
Okay, see it says minimum of 0.000565 is required.
Right, and that's what it is in all of them.
Yeah, what that probably means is that you don't have enough in your wallet for it, is probably what that means.
Okay.
So you might want to remove some or lower the amount. Like you can change all of them to a lower amount at the top and apply to all. You can try that. So instead of
He's got the minimum in there. If he does less than the minimum, they won't go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he has to remove them. He can't reduce the amount
Okay.
any lower.
So you'll have to just remove some of them, which you can do by deleting. You can see the delete button on each one,
The trash can.
the trash can. And so like, you might choose not to give to the Commons Credit Working Group of Recommon, or not give the, you just want to maybe pick one and remove and see what happens. Yeah, whichever one you want, or if you want us to recommend one. Like Basin DAO is getting a huge amount of support right now, so you could take them off. Yeah, and then maybe after you do that, refresh your screen and see what happens. Okay, so you, this is, you're over here on the summary on the right, so you have 5%, make that 0%.
Okay.
And then let's scroll down and see 0.00395. That's what it's saying. So it's not allowing all of them in. I think you still, is your wallet's hooked up though, right? Can I scroll to the
Yeah.
top and see the top menu? Yeah, your wallet's there, okay. So then maybe just remove another one and see. Yeah, or maybe you need to clear your cart and start over. I'm not sure how this is going to work, because I think what's happening is you've selected too many and you don't have enough for the gas fees. But I'm not sure that that's what's the case. We had this problem with Penny's the other day, and she refreshed something with her wallet and it ended up working. But it could have also been that the gas fees are really high right now and that you can't afford it because of the gas fees, but that's not visible to you yet. Paula, while we're waiting, what was it that you wanted to share, just so that we can cover some ground?
Just I needed help with finalizing the checkout.
Okay, is your problem similar to Jonathan's, or is it something different?
Yeah, I think something similar. I also.
Did you try to contribute to multiple projects at once?
Yeah.
So, Antonio, do you know if there's a problem with like not having enough trust in the system until you've contributed to at least one grant? Or they may not allow you to do multiple until you've done at least one?
Wait, hold on. Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Well, I know in Gitcoin, when you add your passport, you increase the amount of trust you have on your profile. And I wonder if they haven't even supported one project, maybe they can't support multiple until they've supported one. I don't know how Gitcoin works, but they're both having problems with trying to add multiple. And I don't know if that might be the problem or not. What I would recommend for both of you is to go back and try and just do it for the Barichara Regeneration Fund and see if you can get it to work. And then you can try again for the others. Because I don't know what the problem is. It's not showing us what the problem is. So it's like clear your cart.
I think I just finished. I got it. I think
You got yours to work?
Yeah.
And how many of them did you fund?
I funded 5.
Okay, cool. Nice job.
Yeah.
Paula's an overachiever. She's rocking it.
Paula, what amount did you put for each?
0.0011.
Okay, so you did $2 for each of 5.
That might be the issue.
Yeah, it might be that the amount is too small and you need to do 0.0011. So Jonathan, if you want to try going through and resetting to 0.0011 for up to 5 of them, and then get rid of the rest and see if that works. And in the meantime, we've now been here for 2 hours. And so my question is, how do we all feel about, not about being tired and being on here for 2 hours, but about what this is that we're doing? Like, for me, this is sort of amazing. Like, we're practicing doing something super cool right now.
I think Victoria knows.
I agree, it's super cool, and I just have to be with the fact that I hate the process.
Yeah.
I hate the technology, and I love technology, and what I hate is bad technology, and this is bad technology right now.
Yeah,
But I just got to be okay with that, because it ain't going to change by my hating it.
what I see is, as we learn what's not working with this and we're trying to design something better, we're going to learn a lot about, like I said at the beginning, the silver lining is that Gitcoin is clunky as hell. And if we can figure out with a lot of people who do this work, how to build a better system, this experience is pay dirt. Like, we're gonna learn a lot from what doesn't work. So remember your frustrations. Okay, so Victoria, and then Dan, and then Pam.
Looking at the flip side, if I were to call 5 people, I would have to walk through maybe one by one, and that would be easier. Have them, I don't know how to share a screen, but figure that out. Just imagine what relationships you can build so that they're not just names on a list. You know, do it, invite somebody who you haven't met yet, and then you have a private Zoom.
I love this.
The cynic in me says, invite somebody you really hate and want to torture.
That's
You,
funny.
Stephen. I love you, Stephen. Oh my God.
I agree, Victoria. That's really great. I thank you for saying that, because I did not hear you start the sentence with that in mind. So I really appreciate your reframing it that in terms of relationship building.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's a huge opportunity. It occurred for me, so I really need to learn it. So somebody, who should I talk to walk me through it?
Well, I said I would even willing to stay now. If you
Great.
stay now, so that while it's fresh for both of us, I can walk you through it.
Good idea. I will stay now.
Yeah,
And the other
awesome.
thing is that I don't know about anybody else, but the combination of Jonathan's wanting to be the leader and my having this ADHD is a very frustrating combination. But what it did for me is to say, if there's 2 people behind a computer, either agree ahead that you're going to only work on one, and then the other will tell them, or that when you raise your hand, each one speaks for themselves. Because Jonathan wasn't allowing me to speak for myself, he was going to help me. And I wanted to actually follow, you know, so we had a relationship issue because of that. But it's really a learning experience. In the future, I'm not going to sit next to him. That was a useful thing at some point, but it's outlived its usefulness, I think, and it will be much better that I have my own. So
You will love each other much better if you don't get frustrated with each other. And
No.
you're gonna love each other.
what it was that and I can't blame him. After lunch, I just said, so what's it about? And it's technology. You know, I'm not that interested. And then Jonathan enrolled me in sitting next to him. So that's how it happened, you know, and all I needed to do was to join the webinar myself, but we went through a little bit of hell.
Sweet. Well, thank you for letting us know that, Victoria.
Things like this can always help somebody.
Absolutely. So Dan, on to you. And Jonathan, just give us updates as you're progressing, maybe with a note in the chat.
Go
Well,
ahead.
can I just tell you, I got most of the way. You know, what I had to do was to get rid of everything in the cart and then start the cart again and put all the projects in one at a time. And I got to here.
You got to click the new address detected. See that blue box that says new address detected? Click there. And then add a nickname. And then give it whatever name you want. It's just a name for your wallet. So give it a name, whatever name you want. And then click save. And then scroll down. And you can click accept, click confirm, and then it'll do the rest. Now you just wait, and the pop-up window on your screen should change to something like, thank you, congratulations for contributing to an open source project, or whatever it says. I forgot the wording. And it takes a moment as it's happening. Wait, scroll down. What's it saying? Oh yeah, you want to click confirm. There you go. And let us know when it's successful. And then Dan, on to you.
Yeah. Boy. Okay. So thank you very much for doing this. I think that we need to keep doing it. Sybil's resistance. I heard that term earlier. And I knew exactly what you meant when I never heard it before, but I know when the term itself meant. And so yeah, that's really cool. So I'm going to use it. But the reason I brought it up is because, you know, if I were to just, you know, log off, you know, get out of MetaMask and then come back in again fresh, you know, could I keep making $1 or $2 donations to the same organization, and will it work the same way, or will it detect that I'm coming from the same IP, or that I've got some other non-unique value that I've assigned? You know what I mean? How does it differentiate the user so that you don't run into somebody who's going to keep making these fake email, you know, one guy, 20 email addresses kind of thing?
I mean, my understanding
Antonio,
is,
go ahead.
yeah, my understanding is that because it's using your wallet that's linked to your profile, that they have a unique identifier for you.
Yeah, so
That's
it.
enabling
It's the
them to
profile
verify.
to the wallet.
So yeah, if you gave, like if you came and gave $2 tomorrow, it would still be the same number of contributors because you're the same unique identifier. I think that's how they're doing it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to game the system. I just was
Yeah.
wondering what those values were that it was identifying as unique, so that it is able to keep that, you know, in check. That's all. You never learn something so well as when you have to teach it. So yeah, right now I've got to go, but I will be as available as I can to walk this through with somebody else. I think you're gonna have another one of these sessions, right, Joe?
Yeah, I'm going to announce it on ER instead of just announcing it. We announced it to the pledge community, the Refi Bar HR Telegram group for people who are coming, and to the Beginner's Guide to Refi course. And we were hoping for like 3 to 10 people, and this is perfect because any more than this number of us would have been, like, you saw how messy it is. Like, it would have been too much. But now that we've done it once, I could do it with 50 people, especially with some of you there too, because we could do breakout groups. So this is good practice for us, including learning how frustrating it is, because crypto's not there yet for this reason.
Right.
So just naming that, but it's got beautiful potential. Pamela, on to you.
Thank you for keeping it simple. I really appreciate that. I will have to go through this a second time before I can do the next transaction, I think. And I do have limited bandwidth in both time and energy, so I might not get around to completing the second transaction anytime soon. But this, at least, I've got the building blocks
Yeah, and it's
and
easy.
the walkthrough. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and also, now that you've sort of built infrastructure, meaning you have a MetaMask wallet, you have a GitHub account, you just go into Gitcoin and log in, and then you just do the checkout. You select another project to fund, and so while it's still got a couple of little kinks to get through, it is easier than the whole process. So it's like you can see how we're building capacity in the community by setting up all these wallets. This is something Antonio had said about the Beginner's Guide to Refi courses. We have a group of Earth regenerators who know how to set up a wallet, which we all just set up a wallet. And now I have money, and Tony has money, others have money. They can give you money to fill your wallet, even if you don't know how. Like Dan gave me money at one point when I needed to do something. And Antonio was the first person to help me set up a wallet and gave me money to play with it. So this way of, I actually think it's really important to enter the crypto world by someone gifting you money to teach you how to use the wallet. If you have a wallet with no money in it, it's actually confusing to get money in it. That's another process that we should walk through at some time. But if someone just, like I did, I just gave you $25 worth of Ethereum, you can now play around with the other thing and start to feel a sense of empowerment and familiarity, which is super helpful for when we do this again.
Well, I think this,
Antonio, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so this is really powerful because step one is a gift. Step two is we're actually going to make our own money. And Seb's coming, we're creating our eco credits, we're creating our regional community currencies. So this is just the beginning. And this is the empowerment, is that each individual is in control and is sovereign and is able to make their own decisions of how they want to interact with the system. So I think this is the deep learning, and this is really powerful, because in crypto there are no in real life communities that are able to use these tools in person. And we're we're one of the first communities to be able to do it. So I'm really proud of us.
I am too. I know that we just did something hard.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, what we did was hard. I know, Victoria, you just raised your hand. Is it something quick or important? I'm just mindful of the time.
I did have something and I forgot. So, okay.
Well, maybe when you remember, we can just chat in a separate channel or.
Oh, it was about the recording.
Ah.
So where would we find the recording of this?
I'm
That could
going to,
help.
I'm going to post this when I post to Earth Regenerators, inviting people to do this with us. I will include the video link for this in that post to say you could also watch this video and walk through it yourself. And then I'll have it on YouTube so that I can make it available. Even though it's much better to go walk through in person, some people might actually want to do that. And so I'll just make it available and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Will the chat be there so people?
No, the chat won't be there, so people won't have that, but that's okay. Because we actually, I think hand-holding, I was saying to Penny, I want to reframe hand-holding. Hand-holding is like you treat someone like they're a baby. But you know what? My daughter's 5 and she doesn't hold my hand much anymore, and I miss it. And when I'm walking
So
with
you're
Penny,
trying to substitute us for your daughter, huh? You wanna
no,
hold her hand.
when I walk around with Penny, I like to hold her hand. For me, hand-holding is human connection. And so I just realized that while there is a version of hand-holding that is about walking through someone through it, the other side is affection and human connection and love. And so I actually think hand-holding into the crypto world makes the crypto world more human. And what we just did in the last 2 hours shows that, you know, we just did some really powerful fundraising and community building and capacity building because we held each other's hand through it. And so I actually want to reclaim hand-holding. Right, Penny?
Yeah.
So with that, I think we're in a good place to stop because it's been a really nice long call. And you guys just helped bring in money for Bodhichara while learning how to do this. So your training gave you money, gave you a wallet, gave you some capacity, and enabled you to fund at least one project, and better yet, 2. I know that Pamela hadn't finished her second. And I want us to support these other projects because I want to build alliances with these other collaborators and build infrastructure together. So as Antonio has alluded, these are early days on a long road, and we're going to do a lot of cool stuff. So with that, thank you everyone for showing up to participate in this. This is awesome.